Hello, I'm Julie from Naked Dragon, and I'm here this evening with medium Gordon Smith. Welcome, Gordon.
Thank you, pleasure to be back.
Oh, it's lovely to see you again, because Gordon and I first worked together about 10 years ago, when Gordon was first working with Hay House and he had your first book, Spirit Messenger. And so it's been a 10-year really interesting journey, I think, for both.
Non-stop for me. I've been all over the world and back, and I'm still heading out again.
Yes, so I understand. So you're off to India now next month?
Yeah, can't wait for that. That's one of the exciting things in my calendar this year. I can't wait for it to come.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. I understand it's your first trip to India as well.
It is, yeah. So also, as well as working, I hope to take in some of the wonderful spiritual experience and just the sights and the ambience of India.
Absolutely, because you're going to Delhi, that's your first port of call.
Delhi first.
And do you have specific areas outside of Delhi that you like to visit? Because of course you're in the area of Agra and that.
There's so many places, but what we're going to do is just leave that part until we get there, and then we'll make decisions. Rather than go and plan a tour, because I much prefer spontaneity. Once I've done my work, then we're off. See what India takes us.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, let India take us around.
That's a wonderful way of looking at it, because India does do that
I'm
for
sure,
you and to you. So I'm so excited. It's like a music kit.
Yes, she definitely can.
Excellent, excellent.
Squeeze you there.
Wonderful. Well, in that case, you'll have to take out a few of your books to make room for me.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here actually tonight to talk about Gordon's new book, which is Intuitive Studies. And it's of particular interest to me. Again, this is really symbolic of how things have moved on over the last 10 years, but more specifically in the last few years, in terms of people now being ready to almost like take more responsibility for their own spiritual experience. And instead of handing it over to somebody else to provide all the answers, it's how can we access all of the tools that they need, the way of being, and the book is very much basically teaching people how to do it for themselves.
Well, that was the whole idea, because for the last, I'd say, 10, 15 years, I've been teaching mediumship as well as demonstrating it. I've been developing myself for the last 25 years. So I just thought there's no point in giving people exercises in mediumship if they actually don't know really what mediumship is and the fundamental practices that I went through in my early development. So even if somebody said, I'm a medium, but they were very uncertain, and I thought, well, why are you along at a workshop? You're a medium, and what do you need to develop from me? But obviously there was things missing, and what seemed to be missing in a lot of these people was the actual development system. So somebody had taught them how to give messages, but they hadn't taught them anything about themselves or self-awareness or just the whole link with spirit. And that's what I was taught. I mean, I wasn't taught to give a message for 7 years. I was taught to sit in the silence and be still and link with spirit. And my teacher wouldn't allow me to do that, and I thought, well then why would I allow someone to come in for a day workshop or a weekend or a week course and encourage them to do messages? So what I did was I took it back to the very beginning stage, and we've done these courses from the book around Germany, Denmark, Switzerland, and they're proven to be so successful. And we're doing it with people who have no background in it, so we have blank canvases.
Wonderful.
And that is a wonderful thing to see, because they've not got confusing teachings coming in from one person or another. This is it. And it's really, really bringing forward some fabulous results.
So it's almost like some of these people, you're working with a blank canvas then, really?
Totally,
Yes. And am I right in thinking that it's not necessarily people who want to be mediums either, it's people who just want to be able to access spirit?
Well, yeah, because not everybody is going to be a medium anyway.
No, of course not.
But this is not, development is not about mediumship. I've always said development is about your spirituality and growing spiritually. And if you have an inbuilt gift, whether it be healing or mediumship or just being sensitive to other people's needs or whatever it happens to be, then to develop your awareness, your spiritual awareness, will bring that gift to the fore. So that's where, again, I find, rather than force people to do exercises in mediumship, to give them exercises in awareness and how to link with spirit, then spirit will guide them. And that to me is the perfect tool that I had. I had a teacher, but that teacher wouldn't tell us much. She would just let us find out for ourselves, and when we told her, she would confirm it. But she wasn't there kind of pontificating about her link with spirit. She wanted us to get our own, and that's what I try to do with people.
So it's almost, again, come full circle. It reminds me a little bit of that T.S. Eliot poem,
yes,
where he talks about going out and exploring the world and coming back to where you started,
from,
and know the place for the first time. It sounds a little bit like
but
that.
I think that to me is a blueprint of my own life and development. It's a bit like in mediumship. I went into the spiritualist church with abilities, having from a child been able to pick up messages from the other side. But what I didn't know was who I was and the responsibility that gift held.
Yes.
But that's what my teacher gave me. 7 years of sitting and becoming aware of myself, my own drawbacks, my fears, anything that I was blocking my spiritual growth with. She allowed them to come forward and she didn't stop. Just let it happen until I realised, wait a minute, it's not the mediumship I need to learn about, it's me.
It's you, yes.
And then when she felt I was more responsible as a person, that's when she encouraged me to use the gift I already had. I don't think you can learn to be a medium, but I think you can learn to be a person who's responsible with that gift.
Yes, yes, it's back to personal responsibility, isn't it? Yes.
Well, that to me is the crux of spirituality.
Yeah. I do feel though that sort of at some point in the last sort of 10-year cycle, people have lost or had lost that, and that they're coming back to it again now.
I think so.
Where they're saying, I've had enough of expecting other people to fix me, because that just doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, because more than 10 years ago, I would say that was the thing. People went to their, the therapists and analysts and all the different things, and it was all about pouring it onto another person. And whereas I think now people want a kind of self-process.
Yes.
That they know the problems, and they don't also then need to just give it away to someone else. In fact, I think doing it yourself, feeling it yourself, owning it, and then working with it is such a wonderful, powerful tool. And I think anybody who has maybe done both sets of therapy and then the kind of self-development, they're coming out the other side much stronger for themselves.
Yes.
Because they've taken responsibility back rather than hand it over.
Yeah, so it's back again to creating those strong foundations. Yeah. And once you have those strong foundations in place, you can then move forward from there.
And that to me is what this book is about giving people a foundation.
Yes.
There's no point in doing all the kind of advanced stuff for people who haven't yet learned how just to sit in meditation. And that's, too many people think, oh, I close my eyes, I listen to a meditation, I'm meditating, and it's not about that at all. There's a discipline there that takes years to actually get hold of. Yes. You have to really fight to actually keep your own mind clear. And it doesn't just happen because you close your eyes and listen to whale song or some kind of music. It doesn't. And that to me is what I'm seeing with these people when you explain it properly. Some groups I would go into, I would hear people say, okay, I want you to close your eyes and meditate. If you've never done that, what does that mean?
Exactly.
But even just teaching people the simple part of meditation, how to sit, how to breathe, and not to look for anything. Absolutely. Because people that I come across are interested in getting messages and all sorts of kind of contact with the spirit world. And I think, well, before you actually get contact with the spirit world, get contact with yourself.
Absolutely. And tonight it's going to be all about that.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be so interesting, because I understand you're going to do something with this that you haven't done before, which is really exciting. So we'll hold that for now. Yeah. And I'll say again, welcome. And I'm really looking forward to this evening and see what comes out. And thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Wonderful to have you back. Thanks, Gordon. Bye-bye. Thank you.